Hey there, fellow traveler. We're here to drop in for a portal report. We're in the week that's in the lead up to that full moon, partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So we're going to just see what kind of energies are we working with as we edge on up to that full moon, as we journey through this eclipse season. And all that remains to be seen, what are we going to become aware of when the lights come back on in the room? That is the question. We're going to open up with some ARCANE BS just to get kind of the overarching theme or the general energy of this portal we're moving through. The portal is the most active with the initiation of the themes over the next 72 hours from whenever you receive this message. But of course, these messages play out over time. I find usually over a period of 6 months. Most often these energies play out in their full expression, but sometimes every now and then, and usually in relation to eclipse patterns, they do come back around the bend because eclipse seasons are connected to the eclipse season that occurred before it. So take what applies to you, discard the rest. It's a collective message. Not everything that comes through will be for you, but if you're here, there's something that is trying to get your attention that will be revealed on the table tonight. So let's see what we got coming in here as a basis of the matter. We have the gross cup. Okay, so there's something that is being offered here. It may be offered in a vessel that looks like it's gleaming gold and it's dressed up real fancy, but your vision may see something else that's really contained within that vessel that isn't matching the description. There needs to be a disclaimer on this offer, I feel. Somebody's presenting an Ace of Cups here, and it's not all it's cracked up to be. So let's get some more details here. Looks like there's going to be an offer put on the table that's being dressed up, but your vision is telling you it's something other than what's being presented. And it's quite interesting because we have 3 separate cards coming out here, and they are kind of being presented in such a way where it looks like 3 different pathways of exploration is how I'm picking it up. So let's check this out. The first one here, yes, this is something that is brewing with the upcoming full moon. This is a little bit of something like Return of the Living Dead. This is something that is held over from the past that's about to be resurfaced. You may have thought you finally laid that crypt to rest, but somebody here is the crypt keeper. They won't let something rest. And they're here to come forward again to see if they might have better luck this time of impregnating the future, okay? They are coming through with some slick talking, a tempting offer, a bit of seduction. They may promise something that is beyond their reach, I'm hearing. Okay, so do be aware of this. We got a feral nerd here facing their fears. I think they tried to approach you once before. It kind of went left. Something got a little bit messy. This character got a little banged up, but they can't help it. There's something about you, collective, that has you in their sights, and they can't let a particular matter rest. There's too many. Do you see the way the feral nerd is approaching the crypt here? They can't help but open up the crypt again. Even though they know it might invite a lot of tricky elements to come forward, it might also cause some past associations to resurface as well, especially intimate associations and dalliances. Things that were kept secret from the past might start to be revealed here. They know that as they open up whatever this is with you, that it could get a little bit messy, it could get complicated, and yet they feel compelled. Some cases, this is somebody that needs some answers from a real slippery group of characters. These could be characters that are children of the night, okay? It's got like a little bit of vampiric energy too. These characters only come out at night. There's something mysterious about a group of people that I think somebody here suspects something's up, and they can't help but dig a little deeper. They might have some fear about heading into this territory because they might feel like they're opening up a can of worms, only in this case it's a coffin full of tacos, full of snakes. Okay, they know that it's going to be kind of like a mixed bag, but they might be going straight into the den. I got the vampire's den. These creatures only come out at night, and somebody knows that maybe they got a little bit banged up last time. They might have been caught slipping, but I feel like they're ready to go at it again. They know there's secrets that have been concealed here. There's something to discover. And I think this is somebody who's trying to breach the security of a particular clandestine group. They're trying to get to the person who's in charge, and they're not quite sure who that person is. They feel like they dealt with somebody that was sort of presented as the one in charge in the past, but they feel like there's somebody else really steering the directive of this group of people, and so they're going to infiltrate this group. Okay, that's the impression it has to me. They want to get to the head honcho in charge. And somebody is really the brains behind a particular operation, but they do operate in concealment. They have somebody they kind of push forward as the front man that isn't really it, but somebody here has got some brains on them. And they know that if they can crack the code of this, if they can figure out who's really in charge, they can out this whole group and gain the upper hand. Never a dull moment around here, man. Okay, let's get some more details about this. Tell me about this feral nerd. What is this feral nerd really after here? I know there's something they can't resist. They know they're going down the rabbit hole a little bit with this. Crossing energy. Yeah, it threatens their security a little bit to head into this territory. They're not quite sure what they find. But at the same time, they know that, you know, if they dig a little deeper, they're going to be the ones to get their hands on a key piece of information that has the ability to really transform their world as they see it. I'm seeing this as that worm in Norse tradition that surrounds the world. It's got a little bit of this kind of energy. They feel like in order to bring something to a close, but also to create their world moving forward, they need a key piece of information. And it does threaten their security to head in this area, because if they get found out, it could get a little sketchy here. So they're heading into territory where they're hoping they won't be detected. And there's a group of people involved in this situation that might be caught a little off guard. I mean, this character is pretty sharp. Whoever this feral nerd is quite sharp. And I do feel that there's a group of people here that are about to get caught in the act. They're about to get caught with their pants down. They're about to get caught unaware because they're not suspecting this infiltration. And there may be something about intimate connections, intimate associations with the orgy coming through here, okay? It's like 6 degrees of separation, only on a level of clandestine intimacy here. It's also something about the brains of an operation, and somebody is trying to crack the code. This could also be trying to get into somebody's network, infiltrating somebody's network. And they feel like they have to do this in order to be able to achieve their aim. But they know they're heading into some sketchy territory that could get them in a jam, whoever this feral nerd is. I don't know why I got this. I got something in relation to X coming in relation to this on a macrocosmic level. There could be an Elon connection in relation to this feral nerd, okay? Maybe trying to edge out the competition. I feel that message about edging out the competition still applies, you know, even on the level of our collective here. But I feel like they're looking for answers, and they feel like they've done a lot of research and they haven't been able to hit the mark yet. They feel like they need to crack the code in order to bring the future they desire into view. But that means they might need to, you know, put themselves in harm's way in order to find the answers they're seeking. This could be somebody too that's trying to peer into things from a more esoteric angle. This could be somebody who's getting a lot of readings on the situation, or maybe they've tried to do some remote viewing, or they've been trying to rely on an informant, some kind of mystical informant, but this person is not giving them the answers they seek. They feel like they just need to go straight into this territory. They may have been doing a lot of searching online too, and they can't crack the code. Okay, again, this is coming through, this tech reference. It's been here for a long time. Somebody could be trying to get into somebody's network, and no matter how many times they try to go at it, they can't get through. They can't get through. They can't crack the code, okay? So they might feel like they need to hedge their bets a little bit. They need to take it the next step further. One more round, and then I'm going to do a cut of the deck, and we'll go deeper into this. Any further information that's just flipped up. Flipped up, trying to stay concealed. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got big sexy Satan coming in here with the beefcake, okay? So see, this person's presenting themselves like this. I got an offer, but we know it's the gross cut. That came out. That's the basis of the matter. They're coming in like they got something real solid to offer, like they see a future perhaps with you, or a way that you can collaborate and gain something of value here. They come in very unguarded, like what you see is what you get. I'm not concealing anything from you, but what's hiding behind the facade is big sexy Satan. Okay? It is like cutting a deal with the devil here, and what they do have on their mind is bringing something to an end. All right? So this person could be connected to someone in a position of power too, or they may be trying to access somebody who is in a position of power. I feel like it's whoever they feel is really the mastermind of a group of people who's really pulling the strings here. It's like they've been dealing with somebody who presented themselves as being the one in charge, but they know there's somebody else that's hidden, that's really controlling things here. Okay, so whatever this offer is, it's not what it seems. It's hiding the true identity of whoever this character is. They're big, sexy Satan. This could be how this person is able to get a lot of other people to kind of do their bidding, or be the ones who are their cover. You know, it's almost got that impression like somebody's a beard for an operation. They hide who's really behind the scenes. The power is in that somebody who is really in charge is hidden by a group of people, okay? But somebody here already suspects this, and so they want to dig a little bit deeper. They don't want to deal with the kind of face of an operation. They want to get to the head honcho in charge. I see that. And the way they come in is rather disarming, you know. They come in like they're really, you know, very upfront, you know. I ain't got nothing to hide. In fact, I'm coming in with a real good offer. But this person's really smart. Really smart. And they know it's treacherous territory. They know where they go digging. You know, it could put them in a vulnerable position, but they can't help it. They need to know. They need certain answers to some questions here. Okay, cut of the deck. Let's see what we got. Yeah, but as soon as they get what they want, as soon as they get that key that gives them all access, they'll bite the hand that feeds them, you know. This has something to do with wanting to settle a score too. It also has something to do with needing to pay a toll to get over a particular bridge that they haven't been able to get to the other side of yet. It's like they have to feign loyalty in order to gain access to whatever this is. They need a clearer vision. it's like there's this recognition that they aren't seeing things accurately and they need a clearer vision. This could even be somebody that's been dealing with some harsh repercussions as a result of buying into some narrative from somebody they were dealing with in connection to this group who led them the wrong way. I got blockage coming in there around that, okay? Anytime I get that like constriction coming in when I'm talking about something like that, I know it's because somebody doesn't want that coming up and out. But it's true. They've been dealing with somebody in this group that's been leading them astray. And it's actually been leading them astray in such a way that they've lost as a result. This is somebody who could have lost big from following a particular person's directive. And they don't recognize that the person who was leading them, who claimed to have all the answers, didn't have any answers at all. They didn't know what they were talking about. And somebody else was actually in charge that's been leading them astray. And they want to know, who is this devil? Who's this devil that bested me? Okay? And this may be somebody who feels that they're really like tricky, or that they're able to gain the upper hand in situations rather easily, but somebody here bested them and they're burning because of it, okay? So they're trying to figure out the mystery behind this. And it feels like they want to take a whole group down. This isn't just about wanting to target a particular person, but they definitely want to know, who's the brains of this operation, okay? Who do you work for? That's what I feel. Who do you work for? Okay, they suspect something more is up here. Let's pull out some angels and imps on this, okay? Let's get a few rounds of shuffling here. Yeah, we got somebody who's in a tight spot with the hangman on the split. The hangman is recognizing nobody's going to come in to save me. Maybe they were promised some kind of rescue. They were promised some kind of rescue by a Knight of Wands, promised they were covered, promised they had protection, promised they would help them get out of a tight jam. They're starting to recognize they don't have that protection. Whoever this Knight of Wands is that promised some kind of covering, some kind of protection, some kind of way forward, some kind of way out. They're trying to prevent the discovery of secret crimes. They're saving their own butt, okay? So whoever's in this hangman position is really a sitting pigeon. And that's why they have the desire to know. Well, I get it. If you're in a tight spot, that could make you head into some pretty treacherous territory, because it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, if you're screwed, you're screwed. And I certainly feel like, I do feel tinges of macrocosmic energy coming through with this. So this could be something going down on the worldwide stage for sure. But there's also, whoever's in this hangman position, they're also kind of in a precarious spot, because I feel like they've crossed certain lines themselves. It's like a guilt by association. And they're trying to protect themselves from their associations with liars and evil spells and bad spirits, okay? They've had their hand in the pot too, stirring that cauldron in some cases, all right? They whipped up more than they were really ready to bargain for. Now big old sexy Satan's coming in for that debt that needs to be paid in full. You know, you got to pay the piper at the end of the day. So something wicked this way comes, and that's why you got this person who needs to know, because they need to get themselves out of the tight jam. They recognize the cavalry is not coming. They got thrown under the bus by the Knight of Wands, who's trying to really cover their own butt for some secret crimes that they committed, because they moved forward too quickly. They were promised some kind of big come up. They were promised some kind of reward by somebody who claimed to know what was up. Okay, that's weird how that presented itself. A couple crossing cards here. Ooh. Yeah, see, they can't figure out how to secure some kind of success, some kind of victory. That's what they're after here with the Sun, the Six of Wands being blocked here. There's some kind of judgment that has worked against them that's actually withheld what they desire here. They need this information. They need to know what's really up in order to restore something that's been steadily degrading in their life, I feel. But they know where they're heading. They got to be careful. It's funny because it says here, protects from rabies and wild beasts. And that does give that sort of like vampiric sort of energy. Like they know that they're heading into some territory where if they get discovered, you know, they're gonna suffer some pretty severe repercussions as a result of this. And they're looking for protection, some way to really cover their identity. That's interesting. Cover their identity so they can ward against some kind of attack, you know, attack that they know they'll be susceptible to if they get found out. And in some cases, I could see this as even something that's being organized on a level of like an informant, like somebody who's being sent in by the law to infiltrate a group. They have to head into some pretty sketchy territory. They may have even almost been outed before when they tried to go this route. And they're trying to avoid having their cover blown. So I think they're fearful about this, and yet there's something major on the line here. Something major on the line, hoping to get a major victory here. They haven't been successful yet, okay? What's covering here? It's kind of spinning. Woo! And it's in reverse right now. 8 of Swords. Yeah, as long as somebody doesn't have the information they need, they're really in a bad spot. That's for sure. They're in a bad spot. Whoever they're dealing with, maybe has them marked too. They already suspect them. I mean, in a very big way. They could be in danger going down this road. They could get caught up. They may recognize that somebody is connected to the law. Okay. Queen of Pentacles here. Intellectual lucidity. There's a Queen of Pentacles who's got a lot of money on the line in relation to this. That is well aware of why this character is coming near. Maybe she owes this person some money too. Or that's what was promised. But maybe there's something about that. Like maybe the money hasn't been exchanged, because it's almost like if the money's exchanged, then there's some kind of evidence of dirty deals done in the dark. Queen of Pentacles could be like a businesswoman here. I feel like high end. We got the Hermit in reverse coming in with this, with the Strength in reverse. Whoever this person is, they're not in as strong of a position as they think they are. They think that they've been able to detect, you know, a danger approaching. They might underestimate what's coming their way. This is somebody who's not as wise as they think they are, and they're not as in strong of a position as they think they are either. They've been able to move cloaked up until now. But I do feel like something is about to be exposed. Because there's people in this group who've already turned against this Queen of Pentacles. They're not loyal to this Queen of Pentacles anymore. It's got a little bit of setup energy. I think at one time they were covering, but they might be actually working with the Feral Nerd here. So that could be like kind of this energy where the Feral Nerd has to trust that those he's working with within the group are really on his side there, okay? Okay. Any further details about this? Looks like there's a lot of blocking energy. This is something that's not here yet. This is something that's brewing. It's like a bridge that has to be crossed. But that's it, the toll to cross the bridge. It's like there needs to be an exchange of finances to really seal the deal here, I feel, okay? Yeah, the Chariot. That's what moves something forward. It's like somebody has to exchange the money, and then that person is going to be offered up by the group. It's like setting up the real leader for a fall. Whoever is approaching here, they're coming in as a sower of discord and a slayer of men. They're making somebody like the fall guy in this situation. 2 of Wands. And then somewhere in this storyline, I feel you're here, collective, coming in with the 2 of Wands. See, you're kind of looking away from all of this energy. It's like you're not part of whatever this is, whatever is going on behind the scenes with this group. There's something you already brought to a successful state of completion with the world here. And you were really wise to distance yourself from this group of people. It's what's giving you success in your ventures moving forward. And I feel like where there are people here, it seems like maybe you've been having trouble with a group of people that were on the attack or were trying to create problems for you. But because you were wise and you chose to just pull your energy away from a particular group of people and set your sights on a different future for yourself, that was a wise move, and it's guaranteeing you some kind of success. So I feel like this is something going on behind the scenes. And then on the bottom of the deck here, we have the Empress also heading in a totally different direction than this group. But there's somebody here, I feel, that cares about you a great deal, and it could be this feral nerd that it feels like they're trying to defend your honor in some way, or they're trying to get these answers. Maybe because they feel like something that belongs to you was stripped of you, or something that you're supposed to receive has been hidden by this group, taken over by this group. And so that's why they're heading in this sketchy territory. And there's something about getting answers about the past that's really going to change what's going down in the present and how things will roll out in the future. And especially for you, okay? It's this crossing energy. Wow, look at that. 6 of Swords. See, this is that feral nerd is heading into this territory to get somebody's heavy head. It's kind of cross-referencing the message that came in about the ancestors coming in like bounty hunters. Yeah, this person's going to bridge the gap in a storyline, I feel. Whatever they discover through infiltrating this group, it's going to really change your world overnight. They're going to give you the truth about what was stolen. They're going to let you know about certain treasures that have been hidden from you. Something you didn't even know. You didn't even know that you had. It's something that gives you an advantage. And this person's coming in to help you out here. They're helping you move away from troubles. It could be, something connected legally here. You don't know about this, though. He's coming in with the 3 of Wands. See, you're totally just being protected here. You don't even have your hands on this. You're not focused on this whatsoever. You're just trusting your path here. You're trusting for Spirit to construct the universe for you. And there's something that would normally require a lot of forces working in your favor that may be difficult to pull off, that is just happening with such ease because somebody's taking it upon themselves to put themselves in a pretty dangerous position in order to help you out here. And you have protection. You have protection from your adversaries. 3 of Cups. Something's healing for you. Something's healing for you. There may have been somebody here or a group here that tried to make you a martyr, tried to make you fall. It's not happening. And I do feel like what you're about to discover, what's starting to roll out here, you're going to be quite surprised. You're going to be quite surprised when you see what lines up for you. There's some kind of judgment in your favor. It has everything to do with this character having the courage to go after this devil. All right? It's tricky though, because I feel like the devil knows. The devil knows that this person's coming in here to set you free from something that has held you back for far too long. They're trying to get the receipts and that flaming sword of truth that's going to cut through a bunch of BS and illusion here. They're here to bring disruption to this corrupt group and to warn you of what's been brewing behind the scenes. Somebody's been trying to architect some kind of disaster for you, but it looks like you don't even need to worry about this because Spirit's covering you and aiding you in some kind of transformation here. Also, Uriel protects against those who work with the dark arts, you know, people who work with magic on a level of trying to tear somebody down. There's something about whoever the devil is behind the scenes, like the person who's really running the operation here. This person's easily seduced. There's something about really catering to this person's ego. It's going to be the seed of their downfall. This person is somebody who is actively involved in the occult. So I feel like this is an occult group. This is somebody who works with magic. This is somebody who is a necromancer, okay? They like to work with that energy. They like to work with the energy of the dead, okay? This is somebody who could be really like tapped into the Necronomicon, and they like to do stuff like working with graveyard dirt and, you know, all that kind of stuff. They like to work with that energy. They like to work with the energy of decay. Perhaps that's what they were trying to do. They're coming in with a lot of devil energy. Beelzebub right here. It's come out 3 times, the devil. Whoever this person is the personification of the devil in the human flesh, okay? They may be somebody who, you know, they work with the devil, you know? They work with the devil. They work with setting demons upon people. That's their thing. Or they try to feed on the demons that other people struggle with. Like they turn people's vices against them, weaken them, put them in a position where then they can overthrow them, overpower them. Because they wouldn't have the strength to do so unless they put somebody in a weakened position here. Yeah, but somebody's rushing in here to restore dignity. And this is somebody who knows how to find their way through with both friends and enemies. Like this person is able to, I don't know, they have a way of working people. Whoever this feral nerd is, they have a way of working people that works to their advantage. It almost gives them like some kind of cover. It almost gives them some kind of protection, but they really want victory, not only for themselves in this situation, but also for you. All right? But they're also trying to hide their hand. Because I do feel like this character is not completely like scot-free in this situation. They're not. But they do want to change sides here. But they are trying to crack the code of a mystery. And they know that time's running up. So in order for them to be able to resolve this, they need to find a way in. And just as I say that, Ted wants in. One moment. Come on, hey, Pop. Go ahead and lay down, Bubbas. Yeah, they want to cozy up. They want to cozy up to you. They want to align with you. 8 of Wands. Expect some communication. This is something that's like playing out over these next 8 weeks. And I do think this person comes in with like a lot of grandeur, you know, it's like a big sell, but just remember, don't forget the way this opened up. There is something they're offering you that whatever's in that cup, it's a bit tainted. And I think it's because they might be trying to, you know, help you out in a situation, but this person's really trying to help themselves. They may recognize they align themselves with the wrong group of people, you know. They didn't realize, you know, what they were getting involved with here. They didn't recognize also the face behind an operation. They may have underestimated what they were up against, okay? But now they're going to come in like they've seen the light, and they may know that you're a very spiritually focused person. So I do feel like they're kind of coming in with this sort of sell on it. Like they're trying to put this spin of really seeing the light. Like they've recognized the error of their ways, and there's some hard sell here. So you do need to be aware of this. Okay, cut of the deck. What do we got? Queen of Cups. Yeah, this person does perform a lot of wonderful poetry, the way they spin the words, the way they also kind of put a slant on their role in a situation. This may be somebody who also presents themselves as a very loving person, but they're following the orders and the requests of somebody who's pulling their strings as they come through with this Ace of Cups. Look, I love how it comes through with such confirmation. Look at this. This is who's coming forward to give the Ace of Cups. This shapeshifter energy. Yeah. They say they can heal what has been, you know, causing ill in your life. That they're a good familiar to you, and yet they're the ones who put that shit on you. That's what I see here. Okay. So we got somebody that's trying to change sides because they recognize that they got in over their head. That's how it's coming through. Let's go ahead and get some numbers of significance. And then we'll get some ERISIAN Spirit Board action to get some other messages here. Yeah, we got Life Path 6 coming in double here. Life Path 1. We got Life Path 3. It was Life Path 4, and then it rolled over last minute to Life Path 6. So that's 12. Somebody's in the hangman position. Somebody knows that time is up because you got 12 plus the 1. That's 13. That's that death energy, okay? So we got the energy of Scorpio here. We got the energy of Pisces here. With the 4 energy, there could be somebody that's trying to overthrow an Emperor energy here. Aries energy, trying to put them in a more vulnerable position because they recognize maybe they're in a tight spot. Maybe they're not going to get a rescue from this Knight of Wands, okay? They may have downplayed them. They may have thought the Emperor was a Knight of Wands. No, the Emperor's the Emperor, you know? Who fooled who? We got Magician energy coming in here too, you know? Somebody may have had a blind spot about somebody they underestimated. Okay, Gemini energy coming in with that as well. We also got Virgo coming through here. All right. Yeah, somebody aligned themselves with. They may have thought that, you know, it was somebody that was like a good business partner, or they may have even kind of crossed a line between business and pleasure. It could be an intimate connection here. They may have thought they could really count on this person, and this person really got them caught up. I think they're going to be aware very soon that this person's actually an open enemy. All right. And there's absolutely somebody that's going to get caught up here. And that just flipped over in relation to this 12 energy. Okay, so whoever's in the hangman position right now, time's about to be up. because somebody's trusting their intuition in this situation, okay? Somebody's trusting their intuition in this situation, and that is coming in with Sagittarian energy, Libra energy, Gemini energy, Cancerian energy, Virgo energy here, okay? It's like somebody's turning the tables last minute on somebody and putting them in a position that they don't see coming. It's like coming at their blind spot. It's like a friendly association suddenly becoming not so friendly after all. They're not going to see what's coming around the bend here. It's like somebody's really cutting somebody off at the pass. Okay. Really interesting energy. It's dicey, but it's also, it's time. Like, just like there can be like alignment with good fortune, there can be alignment with, you know, it's somebody's time to get caught up. And that's what I see this is. It's coming through with 1111 energy. This is the way it's meant to be. This is the way it should be. Pretty strong Gemini energy involved in this situation here. Also, I do feel like whatever this is, it's really going to reach a fever pitch September through October. It'll absolutely be closed out. Whatever this is going to be finished by the end of the year. Feel that really strongly with this energy. All right, you'll definitely know what this is, whatever's getting picked off here. Let's get some messages of significance, a little ERISIAN guidance coming in here. See if I can get some names or other details coming through here. I got SEO, okay? So there's absolutely something that's going on tech related here in this situation. This has been coming out forever. This has been coming out forever. And with that, I got IOU, okay? Somebody's owed some money here. Somebody's owed something here, a favor, something that was promised needs to be followed through on. And yet there's something about once that's delivered, that person takes a fall. And yet if they don't offer it up, they're in just as bad of a jam. I feel like the date's creeping up. The date's creeping up when something that was promised to be delivered is due. And there's going to be no way escaping this, especially because of whoever the head honcho is here is bigger than the plan, bigger than the program, okay? I mean, I really feel like somebody chose to go through this gateway and there's no turning back. There's no turning back. Because it's sort of like, in order to pass through this situation, you got to make it past the gatekeeper. And that requires, you know, that requires that you pay what's due or you offer up something that was promised. There's going to be gossip around this. There's people spilling the tea in relation to this. Got IRS coming in here too, okay? There could be something about offshore accounts, a group hiding assets, resources, this being discovered. This could be the result of an audit coming through. A group is being audited in a position of power, okay? I got the name Gia coming in relation to this. I got Giacomo, last name. Okay. Yeah, somebody definitely works with like the dark arts. I got the Goa coming in here. For sure. It's like, hey, you ate for a while. You ate for a while, but now it's time to pay. You ate, and you're about to be eaten if you don't, pay it in full. Those demons you set upon others will feast on your soul. I mean, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Got SoCal in connection with this. Also about somebody may have put their son in a really compromising position in relation to this, okay? There could be something about this coming out of Colorado. Oh, I don't like that energy. Somebody's son is going to be used as a bargaining chip. This could be like, I don't know, I got like ransom kind of situation here. Oof. This is some pretty heavy energy. There's also something about using AI to kind of construct a false scenario. There's an SUV too that factors into this situation. I'm hearing evidence related to an SUV that places somebody at the scene of a crime. We got rat coming in with that. An informant. I'm telling you, somebody is being set up here. I see it. I see it very clearly. There's something going down in Europe. It'll be worldwide news. Let's see if I can find out what this has to do with. Or where specifically in Europe. Oh. I don't know why, but it's got something to do with like old school law, like something being overthrown, like somebody's taking the law into their own hands is what that has to do with. It looks like in relation to a leader, some kind of like public display in relation to this. Oh, here we are back to this beautiful macrocosmic energy coming in here. I don't know how long I really want to sit with this. Let's see, anything else? What about for the collective? Can we get off this energy, spirit? I mean, I feel like somebody's life is on the line. It's kind of like go time. You have one shot to get this right. Whoever this is that's infiltrating this group. We got Satan out on the board, man. So yeah, there's definitely there's some spiritual warfare going on here, and we do got a deceiver in the mix big time. That's something about a canyon. This, to me, a lot of this feels like a case. I mean, this is what I really got. It feels like a case, and there's like, it's related to a group, and there's some kind of evidence that's being found. It could be connected to a vehicle and a group being infiltrated by an informant. It's like time's up. Okay. Got the name Tia coming in. Rita. Tiana. Kaio. Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is sounding his horn of judgment. Yeah, there's some group here that's taking a fall. To be announced, I got. All right, I got the name Bree. Georgia coming in as a place of significance. Again, with that, I owe you. Somebody feels like they owe you. And I got gat. Could be somebody is finding the smoking gun. With that, I got a shay. So, I don't know. Somebody's ancestors could be all over this. You know? They're not going to let something rest. I feel like where there is something to be found in terms of evidence, it was hidden in the bay. That's what I got. Hidden in the bay. May have thought it was hidden. I got bat here and cat. It turned over to sea. Bat to cat, okay? A secret that was hidden is about to resurface. There's a rebirth of, or a case is being reopened, you know? Something that was supposed to be laid to rest is coming back to bite someone. I got goat. There could be a Capricorn that is key, critical in breaking this case open. And I got, again, to be announced. There's something about, there's going to be some kind of announcement in relation to this. I got we. Okay, so France. France could be a central location in Europe to keep your eyes on. With that, I got set energy coming through. All right, so this could be a group out of France. There could be some connecting point there. Yeah, I got CGI too. Like there's something that's being manipulated. There's something that's being manipulated with video in this situation too. You got uprising with this as well. All right, so where things may have felt like they've been a little bit quiet or not much was happening, look for something to resurface. I feel like there's a lot of macrocosmic energy coming through with this. And that tea, it's almost giving me impression of like tea party, okay? So I do feel like there's something here that is it's brewing. And whatever this is, because I got Dias de los Muertos, there's something about this. So Mexico could be a central focus of this too. There's something that by that window of time, November 1st through 3rd, there could be something really significant announced in relation to this. Something going on the books. Something for the books. The history books, okay? I think that's all I'm going to get out of this. And Ted says yes, affirming that. So we're going to leave this off with this. 54:44 on the clock. 17, okay? All I know is it looks like collective, you're covered here. Ooh, I got body count. Yeah, something is about to really get messy here. What's this that fell on the floor before I tune out here? Got Aoife, all right? This is totally related to somebody's ancestors, and with that, there's Egypt here too, okay? So somebody's got more messages. What letter is this? H. H. Okay. We got London here too. I heard London's burning, okay? I don't know what's going on here, but there is something brewing, again, to be announced, right? And there's this real interesting merging of energies with a lot of this kind of ancestral energy coming through. We got bet on that, okay? All bets are off. Somebody's time is coming. Somebody's time is coming, and whatever this is, I really feel like there's a lot of macrocosmic energy here that's going to be like front and center, like worldwide news in relation to whatever this is that's brewing. It's nothing minor. Things are really going to start to pick up here. Connect the dots, okay? Yeah, somebody's connecting the dots. And the picture it forms, I think it's really going to be something that really shifts history, okay? For us personally, yes, you know, but there's also something much bigger at play right now that's brewing as we speak. Keep your nose clean. Keep focused on what you're doing, because it looks like you're covered here. This is something that's going on around you, okay? Got Orlando coming in here too, all right? So don't let yourself get kind of pulled into this. Keep up what you've been doing. And somebody here needs to get working on their bio, okay? Because there's some opportunities coming your way on the other side of this, all right? And there will be something that you'll definitely want to sign on for. It looks good. But boy, what a weird time to be alive. There's so much action going down right now. All I know is that it looks like you're in a good position, all right? So you got somebody here who's helping you out in your personal situation, somebody coming in for the save, but they're also trying to save themselves. So just be aware of that before cutting any deals with people that you've had suspicions about in the past. I got the name Lee, Leah, Leanne, Leon, Leonard, Lee, okay? That's what I got. Godspeed.